Hey guys, welcome to another book review by Brandon's Books blog. As you all know, you can always catch all of our blog posts and on our book blog at brandonsbookblog.blogspot.com, and always you can catch all of our videos here on our YouTube channel. Today we're talking about Kevin Mitnick's Ghost in the Wires. This is a very good book. It's actually copyrighted for 2011. But it actually is it's actually a really good book. I gave it 5 stars. It's more of a biography. This one isn't like his other. He had two other books out. Both of them were more like training books, but this one is a little bit more like like a biography. And it really highlights his life, his early life growing up, how he became, how his first hack actually came, using the subway system and punching his own card and all that. He gets into how he was able to stay at large for so long, work on the books using all the identity theft stuff that he's become known for over the years. Kevin Mitnick is actually, in my opinion, one of the best authors out there as far as information regarding social engineering and all that. I myself come from a technology background, and I know I found his books always very informative and very good. He has two other books as well. We haven't highlighted them yet, but I'm sure we'll get to them as we go through our book reviews. But the other thing that I found really neat about this is he talks about really gets in deep into his exercise regimen. He goes into the why, even gets in, talks about his first marriage, which he doesn't really talk about a lot to the public. He really dug into a lot of things as well, talking about 2600 magazine and the owner of 2600, how he did the whole Free Kevin movement. He goes in to talk about that movie that came out that he was in jail during and was able to, gain his royalty rights. Actually had a good lawyer and all that type of stuff. He talks about Steve Wozniak actually does forewords on this, which are really good. Those alone were worth the reading. As well as he goes into talking about how he kind of recouped his life and how he started Mitnick Security. And then, too, what other thing is, talks the difference, really, I think really drives it home, talks about the difference between not only the way hacking was years ago, the way it is now, how back then, the government and the laws weren't up to date like they are nowadays. And, hacking now is almost a form of terrorism, where back then it was not. So a lot of good things about this book. You can also check out he on his website kevinmitnick.com. I'm sorry, Kevin. I think it's mitnicksecurity.com. Excuse me. You can actually go on there and see he was on all these different shows talking about the book. He's on CNN constantly talking about security and security issues and all that. He really is a wonderful author and an excellent businessman as well. But there's a lot of really good reading in here. It is a little bit lengthy, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's around 400 pages. About 400 pages or so. So it was a little bit longer than some of the other biographies. Not as much as the Steve Jobs biography, which we'll talk about that. That was a lengthy and wordy one as well. But that's not what we're talking about today. Some other things as well that he goes into with this. Goes into how he figured out a way to actually signal his mom when he was in the area so that she would know to meet him so that he can get to see his family. Talking about how he was able to use the create an early warning system for the FBI. How he was able to actually go ahead and move while he was on probation. Talking about cleanup mode. How he used to get things sent to hotels. All this type of stuff. How he used the phone. How he was a phone freaker. And it, pretty much evolved into what it is. Talks about how he really didn't, even though he hacked places, he never stole anything. Talks about his litigation, how he was, they were saying that if he was even by a phone, he could launch a nuclear missile by whistling, and all folk tales and stuff like that weren't true and really didn't happen. But it really is a wonderful book. It definitely is a good read. It definitely is worth something that I would recommend. Right now you can get it on Amazon, the Kindle edition for $4.99. You can actually get it used for $8.40 if you want the hardcover, which is what we're looking at right here, right now. So a lot of really good information here. Really clears up. First time he ever really told his life story on paper. So there's a lot of interesting things in this. As well, he talks about the undercover agent that they had that was obviously eavesdropping on the 2600 Club. A lot of other things as well in here that a lot of people didn't know about. He actually is mentioned in the book a few times. There's some stuff and he actually get permission to put in the book. So that was some very interesting reading as well in there, talking about how he picked where he was going to live, talking about how he was able to use his identity theft skills to actually get identities that he could actually use, the importance of birth certificates, the importance of driver's license, how he actually got a driver's license while he was actually hidden. All these really just wonderful things that he really takes the time to really explain and really goes into his life story. And some of the stuff in the book, I know a lot of people saying, well, it's a computer book. Is it above my head? Some of the stuff was coming from a technology background. Some of the stuff in here is a little techie, but I don't think it's above anybody's head for the most part. He really takes the time in the book to really sit down, really explain it, and he did a really wonderful job on it. And again, it's Kevin Mitnick's Ghost in the Wires. And like I said, it definitely is a good read, something that I would recommend if you're a technology person or not a technology person. And the other thing, too, as well, is when you read this book, yes, it's a biography, but it also has a lot of things in here about stuff that I didn't even know about identity theft and really how you should handle your personal information stuff. There's a few chapters in there as well. So it definitely is a good read, and I recommend it. And again, it's Kevin Mitnick's Ghost in the Wire. You can pick it up on Amazon. And if you want more information about him, it's mitnicksecurity.com. Thank you very much. And again, you can find all of our book reviews up on our blog site, brandonsbooksblog.blogspot.com, and as well as on our YouTube channel. Thank you very much.